Just assumed I'd play the part.
You can go to the door that you just heard.
Against my better judgment, I believe that curiosity is what makes us human.
So you
So
can.
that unmarked door sounds like a lovely place to investigate.
Okay, so you go to this door and you just reach out, you jiggle the handle a bit, and it's open. There's nothing there, and then you slowly open the door, and as you do, it pulls out towards you into the corridor. And as you do, there is a body of the man that you just seen that's shaken, just falls out on top of you, and he has got a big hole in his chest. So I think that is
heavens.
I think it's a sanity roll first before you just go, oh heavens. If you nail this sanity roll, I have letting you just go, oh heavens.
Oh heavens.
Terrible business. Terrible business. So you see that he's well, it's a dead body, but you sort of like shake yourself off. You're not too concerned because obviously he's probably freaked you out earlier, so you're not attached to him.
I'm not attached to him, and I've seen many, albeit fake, dead bodies on set. But is he still warm?
He is. He's still warm. The blood starts to like spill out a bit of this hole. Do you want to? What do you want to do with? It's yucky. What do you want to do with the body?
She's going to leave it there, and she's going to head immediately back to the office.
Back to the office. Okay, so you when you say leave it there, are you putting him back in the closet, or are you just letting him fall to the? Just letting him fall. He just
if he's
flops.
fallen already, absolutely.
He's fallen sort of onto your chest at the minute, so he's fallen out from the door.
God. Okay, before the office, I am going to the toilet. I need to. This is a very expensive dress, and I need to make sure it's okay.
Okay, so you start heading in the direction that you think the toilets are, but yet again, there's a wall blocking your way that wasn't there before. That you're sure that's the way down to the stairs. So then, what?
I swear, this place is like a maze, and she'll try and retrace her steps back to the body to then further go back again.
Okay, you get back to the body, and Pierre is sort of he's stood there over this body. And he's like, "Madame, do not come down here. Something terrible has happened." He's so that,
Can you point me to the toilets, please?
Certainly, madame. They are the way you came. You pass them down the corridor and turn left. The staircase is there that takes you down to the lobby where the guest toilets are, or you can go to your room. And he sort of gestures that you've come back against yourself from where you thought the toilets were.
Right.
And then as you walk away, you can hear him sort of like looking around, sacre bleu, looking at this body. He's looking at this body. So what's Charles doing now? We'll go back to Charles. We haven't been there for a bit. So Eden is sort of wandering around the corridors upstairs.
Well, as the night draws on a little bit, I think I might get changed out of my traveling attire that I ate the food in. Go to my room, make sure my bags are all there and everything. Put my smoking jacket on before I head to what I presume is there's a lounge somewhere for a smoke. So yeah, I'll on my way to the room though. Well, first of all, I'll ask one of the guards where my room is if they can take me there.
The guard just sort of looks at you and goes, "Do I look like I work here?" And just sort of like shrugs you off because they're just hired for the security. But you've got
well, one of the concierge then.
yeah.
Okay,
So David comes out and he goes, "Certainly, sir. It's this way up the stairs," and he leads you off towards the top of the stairs again.
While I'm going, I'd like to try and make a mental note of like where the toilets were, because I want like on my way back, I'm going to see if I can investigate where the noise was. So I need to try and like think like where's my room in relation to where I think the noise originated, sort of thing.
Yeah, so you go the toilets are on your left as you go up the stairs, and as you go up, it sort of banks around. It's like a spiral staircase in the middle. So and it takes you back up, and you go towards the left where that noise was. And as you're going up there, you can keep going down the corridor. You turn another right, and there's another long stretch. Like I say, the hotel's quite narrow, so everything's quite in one place. And you head down. And he just goes, "Sir, your room," and just points you to enter, and it's on the right. And he goes, "Anything else, sir?" And then
No, that'll be all, David. Thank you very much. I trusted my bags. Has he brought my bags with him? Yeah.
yeah, he's already had them up there. So when you were eating your food, he's delivered them to your room. He goes, "Sir, your bags are on the table. Everything is accounted for. We will have a good evening." And he sort of walks off and lets you.
I give him a nod and let him leave and make my way into the room.
Yeah, that's fine. So while you're in your room, do you want to do anything while you're in there?
Yeah, just sort of scope the place out a bit, test what the bed's like. I want to get changed into a slightly less formal but still very smart, because it's the 1920s, smoking jacket, so I can go and have a few puffs on my pipe later on. So yeah, just like get changed, I guess, for now.
Okay, I think what I might ask you to do here then, if you're going to scope the room out a bit, is maybe let's do a spot hidden for you. See if you can see anything in this room.
Okie dokie. 38 is below my spot hidden, so I have succeeded.
Succeeded. Okay. So as you're getting your smoker's jacket on, you're looking in the mirror, looking at yourself as you're getting all this done, and you can see what looks to be a faint light coming from just the side of the mirror.
Faint light from the side of the mirror. Well, I'll investigate that. Is there something going on behind the mirror?
Okay, so you can. Let's have, what can we do for? Yeah, I think you've seen this. Shall we do a strength check on this one?
So I'm just trying to get lower than 50.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay. Well, you can either push your roll, but something bad might happen, or you can.
Oh, that's a lot of points because it's just a straight strength roll.
Yep.
No.
No. Okay.
I won't.
Well, the
But
mirror.
I will remember to query with David when I next see him.
Yeah. Well, the mirror seems quite sturdy on the wall. You go to try and see if there's anything there, but you can definitely feel a little breeze coming from the side of the mirror.
Oh, blast it! I don't have my tools. I'm terribly curious what this thing behind the mirror might be. I say to myself in my own room by myself.
What
healthy.
Monologues?
It's healthy to speak to oneself.
Yeah. Right, Dolores, where are you when all this is going on?
Aren't I? Am I not down at the lounge area? Aren't people still down there? I'm
Yeah.
probably just people watching. Probably
Are you feeling any calmer?
Probably I'm probably a little medicated. I've probably taken just a little bit of opium to calm the nerves, as one does, just a little bit, as one does. I'm probably just unless someone approaches me, I'm probably just hanging out and watching. If there's conversations and stuff being had, I'm probably listening.
there's not many people left now. It's just the butler, the waiting staff.
What time is it?
It'll be probably getting on now to about. Well, you got there at 6, so we say the food was probably an hour. So it's probably 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish. They'll be people. They are elderly. Some of the people that are here. So the colonel's just gone off to his room, and he's obviously Isabel was walked to her room. So it's just you. There's a maid. This is where I got Sally from before, though. There's a maid that's just like sort of walking around. She just double checks on you. She's probably the youngest member of the staff. She's about 16, and she just sort of, is everything all right, ma'am?
I ask her where everyone's at.
I think most of them have probably turned in. A few of them I know went to check out their room and get changed, and Sir Richard's in his business meeting now.
She can see on my face that I'm not happy to hear that, because that means that I have to go to bed soon. That's it. Just saying, my face is not happy.
So she just sort of looks at you like, everything all right, ma'am? Are you sure I can't get you another drink?
I asked for a coffee, and then I asked if she'd walk me to my room.
Yeah, so she goes off. She makes you coffee, or gets one of the butlers to do it. She sits with you, because she can see that you're visibly shaken, and she's walking up. So after you've had your drink, you can head back towards your room, and again, as you get to the top of the stairs, you turn to the right to go back to your room. Same direction that we left Edna in and the body. So you don't. What was that? Sorry.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought someone did.
But didn't
Nope,
she? Wasn't
it
she
was
gonna
just
walk
you.
me?
Yeah, she's
I
with
was
you.
gonna.
No, she's with
Okay.
you. She's with you. Sally's with you. So what do you want to do with Sally?
So she can walk me to my room. If something is missing, I will tell her what way we go.
So you're not chatting. You're just walking in silence to your room.
I am sipping my coffee. If she is chatting with me, I am making pleasant small talk.
Okay, so yeah, she's sort of like oh, Sir Richard's a lovely man. He's helped me out good and proper since my family died in the war. And she's just like sort of all happy, and you turn the corner, and you come across the remains of this gentleman that's been seen.
The first thing that crosses my mind is, well, I'm not a suspect.
I think you sort of see Pierre like over this body as well. So what are you gonna do?
Jeez, okay. Uh what is the maid? How is she reacting to this?
So the maid
This is
sort
the
of
first time she's seen
the-
it?
Yeah, the maid freaks out. She's like she sort of goes into almost hysteria and backs up against the wall, sort of screaming, and she runs off behind you to try and get help. She goes to find them 2 security guards at the bottom of the stairs. So it's just you and Pierre left here at this point.
Okay. I look at the body. Well, I don't touch it. I'm standing up and I'm observing it.
Okay. You can do probably do a. I'd let you do that. I mean, technically pharmacy, isn't it? You could probably do sort of like inspecting the body, I guess, if you wanted to. If you're stood up, you don't have to touch it, but you can.
You sound like a robot.
Did it break up? Sorry, I said you could probably like use your pharmacy to probably. I think it'd probably be pharmacy to check the body if you wanted,
Okay.
because you don't have to
Right,
touch
and then
it.
I
You can
just
probably see it from where you stood. I'm guessing. because I guess
Okay.
you don't want to touch it.
Yeah, I'm not touching it. I'm just looking at it. If Pierre's poking it, I'm watching what he's doing as well.
Okay. Have you done your roll? Is that yours?
Slash no. There you go. 50.
Yes, that's good. So you can see that there was. It's not so much that you can obviously tell that he's being either shot or stabbed. There's just a hole in his chest, but there's also marks on his cheek and across the front of his mouth, which is it's sort of gone red, like he's reacted to a chemical, and you can probably judge from your work as a chemist that he's probably been drugged quite heavily as he's being taken away.
Can if I start stepping closer to the body, does Pierre react in any kind of way?
Yeah, so Pierre just turns around and goes, "Madame, sorry, I did not see you." Well, he heard the scream and run off, but he's please, this is not what it looks like. I came out here and found him. He's just lying here. I don't know what to do. And then he sort of he gets up and he's sort of like a bit shaken in all of this, and he sort of turns to you and he approaches you a bit, but he's not looking scary in any way.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I tell him, I know it wasn't you.
Oh, merci, thank you, ma'am. This is all getting a bit too much for me. When I arrived here, it was home, and now this. You need to do me a favor. And just as he says, you need to do me a favor, you just hear bang, and there's a hole just appears in Pierre's chest. As a gunshot goes off behind him, and he just falls.
Where's the maid? Is she still behind me freaking out?
She's ran down a corridor at this point to get help.
Okay.
So
she's probably dead too. All right.
So
lovely.
Pierre just falls forward onto you. So I think that's a sanity roll again for you, because you've. Oh fucking hell, Doxy! Right, well, 4 points of sanity damage for you that time.
All right.
So I should point out for anyone that hasn't played before, in Call of Cthulhu, if you ever get a 5 or more, you go temporarily insane on a sanity loss. So you just avoided going insane even more than you should. So yeah, you can see this. You've gone a bit shaken, obviously, again, and he falls forward onto you, because he's being shot in the back, and then he sort of just, as he's
I feel like
fading.
he would probably take me to the ground. I mean, he's probably the same size, if not bigger than me.
Yeah, you could fall back a bit. You probably stumble, but the last thing that he's like bleeding out, and he's obviously gasping, but he just goes, "Save hope," and then just falls forward, and he just and he that's his last sort of gasp as he's fallen on top of you.
Okay, he's saying that, but I'm looking around behind him. What do I see behind him?
So behind him, let's do. Do you see anything? I think you can. You don't see anything, but you can probably give me a listen roll. I think we'll do.
Ooh.
Oh my god!
Sorry, I put an S. I put an S.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think that was right.
I was gonna say, what's an S100? But you've got a 1. Should have stuck with your first one. So you still hear stuff. You can hear him gasping. So you can hear behind you. You can hear the screams of Sally. That's still, she's she's coming back, but she's still quite. Obviously, people are coming back now. They've heard a gunshot go off, and you can hear the faint sound of footsteps, but that's all you can hear. You can't see anything, so you don't know who shot, and you just see him go.
What
But
do the footsteps sound like?
they're just
There's-
they're on wood. They're around a corner though, so you can't see who's done anything.
Do they sound heavy or light?
They're light. You wouldn't get a lot of information because you failed quite miserably on your hit lesson roll. So,
Lovely.
so yeah, what do you want to do now?
I guess push him off of me.
Okay, so you push him off.
Like I'm not gonna. I know I'm not gonna find my room. I know I'm not gonna find the bar. I know if I go off in any fucking direction, I am gonna get lost.
So you
Probably
push
just
him
hang out with the bodies.
off. Jesus Christ. So you push him off, and
When
you've
you're
obviously got the
lost, you
blood.
stay right where you are.
You're just going to stay surrounded by bodies. So you push him off, and you've got this.
I'll probably put myself up against a wall or a corner. If that's possible.
I can't even remember where I was going with this now. You've got the blood like just soaked onto you a bit as you push him off, and you feel like a cool breeze just brush past you. But there's nothing there. But there's this definite sort of like it rubs against your arm, and sort of like lingers just on your arm for a bit.
I rub my arms and I try to shake it off. Try to tell myself that is not real. I'm just feeling a bit fuzzy from the alcohol and the opium and maybe just a little
I
by the
suppose
events that have just unfolded.
I suppose you're a bit panicked as well. So at the same moment, you just hear it. That voice comes back in your head, and it's just like, "What have you done?" And then just like sort of leaves you there.
It said, "Wait, it said what?"
What have you done? Like it's blaming you for the death.
I'm gonna say out loud, the fuck did I do?
So I probably think that Edna's quite close here, so you would have heard that gunshot go off. So what are you doing at this point?
Did I find the toilets in the end?
No, so the walls had all changed for you. So
Okay.
you're still quite close, but you are. You probably have heard that gunshot come off, and then so it depends what you do here.
Is the wall that's been shut off the same wall that goes to the office?
Yes. See, the office was blocked off when you tried to go back, and then you were trying to find the toilets, and there was no staircase there.
In that case, I'm gonna just stay put and hide
Okay.
as well as I can. Like
Okay.
put a wall between me and the shot.
Okay.
Hopefully.
I don't think is there a hide?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
I don't think there is there?
There's stealth.
You could do a size. You could do a size roll, perhaps, or a stealth roll.
I'd say stealth. Let's see. Yeah, do stealth because you
Cool.
can. We'll see how this goes.
I'm so good at stealth.
You're a frail old woman.
Yeah, nah.
Okay, so you try and hide. There's not much in the corridor. There's like the odd like soft chair, or there's like a table. So you're probably trying to hide on that. And the two security guards just come walking past, and one just like sees you trying to hide with your legs sticking out from under a table. It's just like, "You all right down there, love?"
Shh. There's an armed gunman here.
Oh, what now?
A gunman. I heard a fucking gunshot. How did you not hear it?
Where? And they pull their like guns out. They've just got little pistols. But they
Should
pull
point. So I'll point to where the body was, I guess, because that's where the gunshot came.
All right, stay here, and we'll go check. And so one of them
Thank you.
One of them walks off. One of them, both of them run off, and you can see behind them is Sally, who's back with them, and she just she comes
Isabel.
and like sort of no Sally, the maid,
Okay, so...
the maid that ran off.
Oh, the maid.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So she just comes saying, "Are you all right, love?" And she just sort of sits down. She goes, "They're good men. They'll catch whoever did this." And she tries to comfort you because she's not worried. She's not sure if you're scared or if you're. She's just sort of.
Also in the mental hospital. Yeah, I got you. Could you take me just to my room, please? I would like to not be out in the hall while there is. Just, just take me to my room.
Certainly, love. And she just like lifts you up and takes you by one arm and walks you back down towards.
Wow, you're strong.
Actually, do you do a? Is it psychology? Maybe. Yeah, do a psychology roll.
Psychology. Okay. Hell yeah. That's a half.
Yeah, so you're sort of reading this, and you can see that she's almost not. She's putting on this sort of persona that she's worried. She's not as worried as she seems because when she picks you up, her strength is not that of a 16-year-old, and she's so she can lift you up with quite easy. She's got quite a firm grip, and she just sort of like leads you away. So she's not. You can sense that she's definitely hiding something from you all at this point.
Okay.
But she doesn't seem like she means you any harm in any way. So she just sort of like leads you back. But again, as you're walking back, that you also feel this like sort of breeze that just brushes past your hand as she's taking it, and it's almost like a reassuring thing. It doesn't seem like it's there to scare you, or it doesn't seem to want to hurt. It's just sort of like it brushes past like something else is with you. So
okay. She doesn't quite know how to react to that.
okay, so she leads you down this corridor, and she goes, your door's there, and she goes, there you are, ma'am. Your bags were brought up earlier, and I think you know the man next door to you, Charles. He's in there, and just sort of like goes, right. I've got your other friend. I left her, so I better go find her, make sure she's still safe. And she just turns and like walks away straight away. She doesn't sort of wait till you're inside. She just sort of shows you the door and then just leaves. So, Charles,
okay.
Are you still happy in your room, or are you?
Well, I was investigating the mirror, and then I was after I got changed, I was gonna make my way back towards like I presume there's a fire area,
Yep.
and on my way back down the fire area, I would have liked to have investigated the area above where the toilets are, which I believe is upstairs still from where I am.
Yeah. So you're on the same level as where your room is the same level as above the toilets. So on your way back down, you can if you do possibly do a spot hidden before when you get above where you think the toilets are. See what we get.
Sorry, say that again.
So the above the toilets is where you wanted to investigate, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if we do a spot hidden, it's just outside your room as you turn down the corridor. So it's before you get to the toilets, is where you'll be investigating.
I have a spot hidden of a regular roll of 70, so that's a success.
Okay, so you can see that there's where the wooden sort of beams are in the ceiling. They look like structural support beams, but as you look closer, there's almost like little indents and grooves along all of the beams, so they're not quite solid. There's a hole in the middle of them, and as you follow it down, you can see that the wall where the beam is a slightly different color to the rest of everything else.
Oh, well, I'd like to investigate that. Can I, like, prod it or displace it in some way, perhaps?
Yes, you probably can. I would say it's gonna be. In fact, do a combined. In fact, no. Let's do a strength test. Do strength for it.
I have succeeded. I have a regular strength of 50.
You've succeeded. So you run your fingers along this where the wall is a bit of a different color, and you can feel definitely that there's like a tiny little gap either side. So you sort of pry your fingers in a bit and pull, and as you pull, you can see that the wall slightly comes out of this
Ooh.
side, and it fits perfectly into the beams going across. But it's quite strong. It's almost like it's locked. So then the wall sort of like pulls you back. So you have to release your grip because you've only got a fingertips to be able to pull it. But you can see that the wall does actually come out, and as it moves out once, you sort of get that click that is what you heard in the bathroom as it slowly comes across the rungs.
Okay, so is there like a room behind it, or is it like as if the wall is a mechanism type thing?
It's from what you can tell, it's almost as if the wall is like it's going to slide across the beam at the top. So it's that it probably explains why some of the corridors when you walk back are different than when you walk through the first time. It's gonna it shuts
Well,
across.
I've not experienced that yet, but that is an assumption that I will make.
Yeah, you can sort of tell that the wall comes out. It's just a thin bit of wood, but it's got the same paper as the other walls that are around, and it just sort of as it comes in, it clicks once, so you can get it out probably a good sort of 3-4 centimeters, so it comes out of the wall, and you can see that it fits in the groove with the same colours either side. So it's just going to be like a fake wall that comes out.
Okay, that's interesting to clock onto. Will I have heard the gunshot while investigating this, or is it a little bit after?
Yeah, you probably would have heard it. You've probably come out at that time. So this will be before Edna gets brought back to her room, but she'll be hiding in a corridor somewhere. But you will have heard the gunshot.
Well, I will then go and investigate the gunshot, being a war veteran.
Okay, so you've probably just ignored Edna. You've probably not paid attention because you're so focused on this gunshot, so you didn't see her hiding under a cabinet with her legs sticking out. She had to walk past it to get there, and as you go past, you can see that the stairs are back where they once were, and Sally's at the bottom of the stairs talking to the security guards and sort of gesturing upstairs. So you walk past them, so you're going to be ahead of the security team at this point, and you turn the corner and you can see the dead body of Pierre and someone that you've never seen before. It's just another man that's lying on the floor, and then you just see Dolores against the wall.
Sipping my cup of coffee, clearly
Oh my-
frazzled.
oh my goodness! It appears he's been shot. Dolores, are you
He
okay?
gets a fucking look from me, like, really? You don't say.
I believe it is Dolores, isn't it?
Yeah, that's me.
Are you okay? Are you injured? Are you shaken?
I'm not physically injured. And then I take a sip of coffee.
Oh, I must admit, I've seen a fair amount of gore in my time, and you're handling this remarkably well.
He doesn't know that my ring that's full of opium is empty. I am just coping.
You're so high.
I'm just standing there. I'm sipping my coffee, and I'm like, yeah, this sucks. I'm involved now too.
Did you see what happened here? Other than the obvious, of course.
Okay, so I give him a rundown how I came in with the maid, and dude was already dead, and Pierre was standing over it, and maid ran off, and Pierre was talking to me, and he got shot, and obviously that's why there's blood on me, and yep, here we are.
Did you see the assailant who shot Pierre?
Nope, I I was distracted by Pierre.
Yes, that seems likely, considering you've been sprayed with his innards. Well, without touching it, can I do? What can I do? What can I do?
I'd like to say that my person points out, obviously, like when I was standing there, like the person shot from the other side of where we were, and that's the direction that I point at, and like I'm like the shooter came from over there, like so
Ah,
maybe there's a casing or something, but I've been standing here for a while, calming down, thinking what I should maybe do.
oh, yes, it
But
does.
I'm not moving. I'm still just gonna stand here and sip my coffee. I mean, I'm a lady. Why would I do that? Why would I investigate myself?
Uh, you must be getting cleaned up or something. Here I pass her my handkerchief, and give her something to dab herself down with. And I will go and investigate where she pointed, like where the shooter shot from. See if there's
Like, were
any.
they like? I don't know. It must have been a hallway, right? Like,
Yeah,
we're
it's
in.
a
Well,
hallway. Yeah, it's a corridor you're in
So
at the
it's
minute.
just
So yeah, I'll go and investigate the far end of the hallway and see if I can see anything.
Okay, so you walk down the rest of the hallway, and as you're turning around to where the two corridors meet, where you're told that the shooter came from, the colonel comes walking up the other way because he's heard this gunshot as well, but he's walking in from the direction that the killer ran off in.
Does okay, fair enough. Colonel, did you see any assailant run past you?
Assailant? Why would I see an assailant? What's happened?
Well, I'm sure you've just heard the gunshot from Dolores, who I was speaking to. Said the shooter must have come from this general direction.
I swear I heard a bang, but a gunshot, no, and no one ran past me. I came out thinking that someone had tripped. And you can see that he's still holding his cane. He's like, I was down that hallway to the right, and I assure you, no one ran past my room.
That must mean that the assailant is hidden.
Hidden? It's a hallway. Where could he possibly be hiding?
That is a great question.
He did, Miss Edna.
Right. Well, I'm immediately suspicious of the colonel.
So the colonel, while you're this close to the colonel, can you do a either psychology or spot hidden for me? You can pick which one.
Well, I've done a lot of spot hiddens, so I'll do a psychology. I have succeeded with a 36.
Okay, so you can see by his demeanor that he's not holding himself correctly in the way that a normal person should. So he's sort of hunched more over to one side, and although he's got this cane that is he's definitely using as something to support himself with, he's sort of, the way he talks and the way he is, it's sort of raspy, and you can see that he's clearly got a wound on him. He's got bandaging around him. as well, and it's almost as if it's something that you shouldn't be able to survive. That he is, he's sort of struck down with.
Okay, well, I'll carry on. I'll keep a close eye on the Colonel then when I can see what he is and what he does. I'll bring his attention to the two bodies that are lying in the hallway. And I'll sort of exclaim, does anybody know where Sir Richards is? Maybe he has any knowledge of happenings or dangers in the area.
So you can. The Colonel, first of all, if he sees these bodies, like, oh, great God, what happened here? This is clearly more than one gunshot. There's two bodies. Are you sure it wasn't you, pair? One each? And I've caught you. And he sort of like turns his attention towards you, pair.
I call him an idiot, and I point at my bloodstains.
Preposterous claim! I have no firearms on me, although I am trained after being in the 101st Infantry Division.
Well, why don't you pair turn out your pockets? There's clearly two bodies, and I don't know if I trust you.
Why don't you turn out your pockets? I don't trust you not either.
I shouldn't have to turn out my pockets. I came here from a different direction.
Well, yeah, the direction of the assailant.
This assailant that you've made up, he was apparently hiding in a hallway.
I think you should turn out your pockets. I will turn out my pockets if you turn out your pockets, as I then take out my smoking pipe and smoke on my pipe.
Okay, as he goes, fine, and as he lifts up his jacket, and this is where you can definitely see that he's got this wound that's definitely not normal. It shouldn't be something that someone can deal with.
Is it like blacking at all?
It's gone black around the edges. It's sort of it's dry. It's not fresh, but he's definitely hiding something that's under there that he shouldn't be. It's gone right through as well, so you can. He's almost. It's not black. It's not blue. It's sort of like this weird sort of mixture of the both. Is it?
That's definitely what I'm thinking.
And this hole sort of seeps through, and you can actually see light through the other side. So you can see that it's gone right through him, and he shouldn't be walking or able to do what he does. And he just turns out, and he's got everything. But then, as he turns out his pockets, 2 shells just fall out from a pistol, just like drop onto the floor.
Oh.
But while that's going on, Charles and...
What do you mean while that's going on? There's more to happen.
Yeah, so while Charles and John are doing that, in Dolores's head, again, she just hears, Richard's not coming. And just cuts her off. So she's like keeps getting these like weird voices that keep coming through to her. But I think that is where we're probably going to have to leave it for today, because Doxy's got to go pick up her son.
What do you mean? Wow. You can't just say the man's dropped 2 shells and end the session